So Linux, what is it? Let's just start
So,
off. What is it?
literal definition of Linux, if you want to be like as literal with the definition as you can, it's a project that is a operating system kernel, which means that it's the part of your operating system that handles like running processes, it handles your hardware. So it's the part that, like, for example, when you're like playing a video game, it's got to handle like what the video game needs from the computer, because the video game doesn't know what's in the computer. Basically, it tells the operating system like, hey, I want to update something in video memory, like I want to like put like a character on screen, you know, or I want to render something, and the operating system is the part that handles it. It makes computing easier because it allows for developers for operating systems to not have to know like the exact layout of the hardware that they're developing for.
And
And that's what
so
Linux is.
and so you started coding
Hmm.
on that. Something let's be honest, is fairly technical just by that definition that you gave me. Because like
Hmm.
my coding experience was on Code Academy and Khan Academy, where they had
Hmm.
like that little ball, and we were working with a Python or Java, and we were just
Hmm.
moving the ball a few spaces. That's my coding experience. You started off with something pretty gnarly. Let's be honest. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I wasn't programming the kernel itself. I was writing programs that ran on the kernel, which is the same if you're programming on Windows or anything else like that. But learning Linux at a young age like that, like, really solidified my grasp in computing, because Linux is a whole different beast than what you're used to. It's it has so many different concepts to it that like make a whole lot of sense once you start getting an understanding of computing.
Yeah,
Because like in, for example, like Windows, when you to access hardware in Windows, you have to like know the specific system call to go do it. But in Linux, it's a file. Like, it's hard to think about, but it's a file that you access, and you like read and write data to it, which makes a whole lot of sense because that's all what hardware access is you're reading and writing data to something. And it just like once you get used to that, it clicks. Like, the fact that pretty much everything in computing is nothing but data being written and read from, and that how you can simplify that to like file access, it makes a lot of sense. And it,
so
mhm.
oh, I was just saying that. So Linux is pure computing. It's computing at its purest. It's what a computer. It's what the processor. It's what all those technical bits
Mhm.
all is supposed to be. That's what Linux truly is. It's quote simplifying unquote what a computer processing does.
Mhm. Yeah, so Linux itself is designed to be that way on no matter what you run it on. And because it's built that way, it's been ported to basically everything that can run it. So like your phones, the Nintendo Switch, the Wii, the original Xbox, all of that can run Linux because Linux itself like simplifies and tries to, we call abstraction when you make something a pure way, even though that what may be below it may be anything. It's like you have a constant surface, but what's below it could be anything. And when you abstract in that way, you can pretty much port it anywhere. You can do anything with it as long as you know how to program what's below the surface. And everything that's above the surface will work no matter what because it never changes.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that Linux is like a miracle. That's what it seems like to me. Linux is like God's gift for computing nerds and programmers to just have fun. It seems pretty cool, and